It was 1998 and I lived in a small rural town in Ohio. My house was surrounded by miles of cornfields. One night, around 11 p.m., my dog, Buster, started growling at the back door. Not a playful growl, but a deep, guttural sound that made the hair on my neck stand up. I grabbed my flashlight and stepped onto the porch. The air was dead silent. I shined the light toward the edge of the cornfield. First, I saw nothing. Then, about 50 feet away, the corn stalks parted. A man, impossibly tall, maybe 7 feet, stepped out. He wasn't wearing a shirt, and his skin looked like pale parchment. He didn't move. He just stood there, staring. I yelled, "Who's there?" But he didn't blink. Then, he started to tilt his head further and further until it was resting on his shoulder. That's when I realized he didn't have any eyes, just dark, hollow sockets. I didn't wait. I bolted inside and locked every door. To this day, I still see that pale figure in my dreams. This happened to my friend Mark and me when we were 16, camping deep in the Redwood National Park. It was late autumn, and the woods were thick with fog. Around 3 a.m., we were woken by a sound. Not a human voice, but something unsettling. It was like a low, guttural whispering right outside our tent. Mark, being the brave one, unzipped the tent flap a little. The fog was so dense you couldn't see 5 feet in front of you. But the whispering, it sounded closer now. Not just one voice, but several, murmuring in a language we couldn't understand. It felt ancient, almost predatory. Suddenly, a branch snapped nearby. Mark quickly zipped the tent back up, his face white as a sheet. We huddled together, listening. The whispering intensified, circling our tent. Then, a low, raspy laugh echoed through the fog. It was too close, too real. We heard heavy footsteps stomping around us, like something huge was just outside, sniffing. We stayed awake till sunrise, too terrified to even breathe. We broke camp at first light and never went back to those woods. This happened when I was about 8 years old, living in an old house with a creepy, unfinished basement. My parents kept telling me not to go near the small, ground-level window down there, saying it was unstable. But of course, curiosity got the better of me. One stormy night, a loud crash woke me up. My imagination immediately jumped to the basement window. I crept downstairs, my heart pounding against my ribs. The house was pitch black except for the occasional flash of lightning. When I reached the basement door, I noticed a faint, flickering light coming from beneath it. I slowly pushed the door open. The storm had indeed broken the window. Rain was pouring in and the wind howled. But it wasn't just the storm. In the corner of the basement, near where the window used to be, there was a shadow. Not a normal shadow, but one that seemed to move against the lightning. It was tall and thin with long, spindly limbs. It wasn't making any sound, just swaying slightly, like a broken tree in the wind. And then, a lightning flash illuminated it fully. 2 glowing red eyes stared directly at me from its shadowed face. I screamed, slammed the door shut, and didn't open it again until my parents came home the next morning. Which of these 3 encounters chilled you the most? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below.